Hello, Hayley. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm now joined on the line by Hayley Orrantia to discuss the new hit American TV comedy show, The Goldbergs. And Hayley, if I can start off by asking you, how did the opportunity arise for you to be cast as Erica Goldberg?
Well, I had just gotten an audition for the show, and it was right when I got into Los Angeles, and I put myself on tape for it, and one thing led to another, and I supposedly was the first person that they saw for the role of Erica Goldberg, and it's been 5 years and a great experience.
And I suppose, Hayley, when you applied for the role of Erica and Goldbergs, was there something that particularly drew you to that sort of role or that character? When you saw the script for the first time in relation to Erica, I know you're coming from a music sort of background. Did you have an idea of how you wanted to portray the character?
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, when I got the script, it was probably the first one I'd received in years that I really understood the character and the family really well, because I think it's such a relatable family to begin with. And to me, it was kind of easy in a way to just, it's more like being myself, I think, than anything, to be able to play Erica. And I just fell in love with the writing. It was the kind of comedy, the kind of humor that I gravitate towards in TV and movies, that all the right people who I look up to in film and in comedy had come together and created this show, The Goldbergs. And it was an opportunity I really couldn't pass up, and I kind of put it out into the universe that this was something I was really needed to get. It just felt right, and I'm so thankful that it all worked out in the end.
And I suppose, Hayley, The Goldbergs, we've known sort of TV classical series, Happy Days would be related to the 50s and 60s. Then you have that 70s show where Ashton Kutcher would play a prominent role in, and then you'd probably have the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and Saved by the Bell, which we'd have known as 90s show. But there was always that sort of 80s bracket always open, and the Goldbergs have sort of fitted into that sort of a role where the modern life and times what it was growing up as far as the 80s. And is that something of a time period, or you growing up, did you find, first of all, hard to relate to what it would have been like to be a teenager, an American teenager growing up in the 80s?
Yeah, I mean, since I did grow up in the 90s, I hadn't experienced anything in the 80s, and it was a really cool opportunity to have a television show that talked about such an iconic decade. And I've learned a lot since we started working on the show, and I think the one thing that I took away from kind of living in the 80s as I work on this show is how much easier and simpler and maybe even happier it was that we didn't have to deal with all of this technology as far as you're having a phone in your pocket. I mean, people would literally have to get somewhere and, make plans with someone on the phone, and when they got there, they just had to kind of hope that they showed up, You didn't have someone that you were texting every 2 seconds, and there were so many little aspects of that and just human connection within the 80s that wasn't so integrated with technology that I appreciate, and I kind of wish my generation had a little bit more in modern day right now,
And I suppose on the show, Hayley, you're stuck in the between of two brothers, siblings, sort of rivalry stuff, and two very sort of different, unique, contrasting brothers in Sean, who plays Adam Goldberg, who more sort of socially in between himself, not maybe out there as his bigger brother Barry, but very nerdy, very smart, very intellectual, while Barry is just a sort of a character who plays him, who just gets head stuck into everything, and just an idea gets into his head and he just runs and goes with it no matter the consequences. And sort of being stuck as the only sort of the girl in the show. Did you see any sort of sibling rivalry that you can relate to at her home, or any experience that the two contrasting different styles of brothers that you have in the Goldbergs?
Yeah, well, in my own personal life, I'm an only child. So I think for me, that was a part of it that was going to be a challenge, was going into a show, having two brothers, and automatically creating that kind of sibling rivalry, but also that loving each other through anything feel. But we picked up on it really quick, working with Sean and Troy. Troy, who is also an only child, we kind of from day one said, all right, we're going to be brother and sister. Like, this is a thing. You know, I can see this show going for years, and I'm hoping that it feels like this on and off screen, and it does. And I think it's a really cool kind of relationship that the three of us have created, being able to be siblings in a way on and off screen. And that for me was a really hard part, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to portray that accurately since I don't have siblings myself. But I think everyone seems to think that it comes off pretty accurate in their own lives.
And Hayley, I suppose you have an on-screen sort of a mother who's sort of a big sister, a spying sort of mother who wants to be your best friend, but sort of can't stay out of your life, can't stay out of any of her children's life, and she's there with you from your teenage heartbreaks to the betrayals to your own getting your first job to even your own sleepover. She sort of spies in it, and that sort of on-screen chemistry that you have with Wendi McLendon Covey that plays Beverly, she really brings the sort of the motherness sort of bond, and there's a real chemistry between the two of you that you can actually relate, that you would think that you're mother and daughter. And what you make of Wendi as an actress?
Oh, I absolutely adore Wendi. She was the first person that they cast to be on the show out of anyone, and when I found that out during the audition process, that just fueled me wanting to get this show even more. I had looked up to her in her roles in Reno 911 and Bridesmaid, and so many different things that she's been in, that her skills with improvisation and acting is really inspiring and fascinating to watch when you're in the room. And, you know, she's given really no direction to work with, and she just takes it and makes anything funny in the moment. So for me, not only is she an incredible friend and fun person to work with, but she's truly like an inspiration and a mentor to me in a lot of ways, both acting and in my personal life. Just the way she carries herself, she's such a professional and such a natural. I mean, I really couldn't speak more highly of her.
And the Goldbergs, as we know, is a smash TV hit, not only in the US, but all across Europe, and even in Britain and Ireland. It's shown on Channel E4. We're here on season 3 at the moment. The Goldbergs are shown on E4 here in Ireland and the UK every Thursday night at 7:30. But I just want to ask you, Hayley, what is the production week like from the minute you say walk in on a Monday and you get that script for the coming week for an episode? Do you shoot one episode a week or 2 episodes? And is there an awful lot of the shots and locations done in a particular studio or close proximity, or do you have an awful lot offset shooting and locations that have to be done? And would a normal episode take a week, or how does it work when you come in on Monday? Do you get a script and then rehearsals and then a walkthrough and a table meeting, or could you inform us?
Well, our typical work week is Monday through Friday, and we usually shoot one episode in that time. And somewhere within that week, we will have what's called a table read, where we will rehearse and read over the scripts that we'll be filming for the next week, so that the writers can work on it in between while we're filming. But the hours can be anywhere from coming in at Monday at 5:30 in the morning and being done at 10 a.m. to, you know, coming in at 7 in the morning and being done by midnight. You know, you never really know how long it's going to take to film Monday through Friday, so kind of up in the air. But as far as like where we shoot, we normally shoot on the Sony lot in Culver City in Los Angeles, and we have a stage that they've created, like a replica of the house, and you know, the scenes where we film at the school, or if there's a scene that's kind of unique where someone goes to a dentist's office, or whatever it is, they'll build it there on the set.
Wow.
But on occasion, we will have to, once a week, travel to what we call on location, and we'll shoot, you know, in a park somewhere, or also, you know, a movie theater or something. But that's usually, I want to say, maybe one day a week that we'll go off of the lot.
Yeah, and Hayley, I saw a TV interview there with you on the States there. I saw it on YouTube, and you mentioned there about getting the opportunity to bring in your singing background in relation to a few episodes in the Goldbergs. And was that something that your own initiative, that the idea that you went to the producers and directors and said, if there's any chance that 80 songs that might appear, that's something that I want to portray on screen? Or how did that opportunity come about? Because we all know your musical background.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I started out with music, and when I booked the show, I knew it was going to take up a lot of my time, and I still wanted to pursue my music and my personal life on the outside of that. But I had mentioned to the producers in season 1 that if there was ever an opportunity for me to sing or record a song that just even plays out in the credits, not necessarily something within the show, that I was a singer, and I would love for the opportunity to come about. And I think they kind of did a little research on my music, and they tried to incorporate it into one episode, which was in season 1. I believe it was the Christmas, the talent show episode. Yeah. And I guess it went over really well, that they decided my character was going to be musical. And so now we're in season 5, and Erica's really developed kind of this love for music and wanting to be an artist over anything else. So for me, it's been a really cool opportunity to take the two things I love that had nothing to do with one another and bring them together. And it's been a really cool thing for me to kind of create that platform as a musician on such a great television show like this. And
you have a sort of carefree dad in Jeff Garlin, who we all know for his comedian background and his ability for one-liners, and it's a different contrast between your mother, who's all very a loving, sort of doting, sort of on you all the time, where you have a dad that's just carefree and relaxed and just takes singing in the background, but then on the sort of moments that he has to be there, he's sort of there, and we see a true deeper side to Jeff's sort of character playing Murray.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like in my own personal life, that's kind of the dynamic between my parents. So it's really funny for me to be able to play that on screen as well. And it's nice to have the kind of contrast between Wendi being her character being so overbearing, and then having the dad who really doesn't want to get involved if he doesn't have to. But you can see it in so many episodes, and I'm glad that they show that side of Murray, where he really does love his kids, and he kind of gets emotional and breaks down when certain situations arise. And I think that Jeff does an incredible job of playing that perfect medium of not being too much of one thing, and so it's really great to be able to work with him on the show as well.
And what does the future lie for the Hayley character? Here in Ireland now, it's basically Hayley's just about Erica's just about applying for the college and trying to find out, and just about the prom, just about going to prom. That's where we are here in Ireland. So what happens in relation to is the next stage of Erica's development, where we see Erica in college and is sort of coming back on the weekends, or is that college background played out?
No, so I'm not sure what season is airing over there in Ireland right now. It's season 4 or 5, but Erica does go to college, and I don't want to give too much away depending on what you guys have already seen, but she does go to college. She's still trying to pursue her music on the side, and I was kind of worried that when they decided to do that with the character that I wouldn't be involved as much, but they found really great ways of incorporating the storylines of, the first child going away and the parents not being ready yet, and the kind of overbearing mom situation, and I've been able to go back and visit home in a lot of episodes, and again, don't want to give too much away, but I don't necessarily know how long college will be a thing for Erica, is all I'm going to say.
And Hayley, before we let you go, Hayley, we're just going to ask you, we have a celebrity quiz. There were just 10 simple questions about Ireland. We have everyone from Will Wheaton to Charlie Sheen to Melissa Spellman. There's 60 or 70 celebrities on it so far, but I just want to give it a go, representing the Goldbergs. 10 simple questions about Ireland.
Oh my gosh, I'm not going to be good at this, but I want to be. Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Okay, Hayley Orrantia, you're a celebrity, you're representing the Goldbergs. How well do you know Ireland? Question number 1. Can you name any colour of the Irish flag?
Yes, like, blue? No, that's not right.
No, blue. No, blue's not correct. It's green, white and gold. Second question. Second question. Can you name any county in Ireland?
Counties?
Yeah.
Oh man, Dublin's not a county.
It is
right?
correct. Yeah, Dublin's a county. Correct. Question number 3.
Okay, great. Yes.
Question number 3. March the 17th is known as what day worldwide?
St. Patrick's Day.
Correct. Question number 4. Which of these is a famous Irish tourist attraction? Is it A, the Cliffs of Moher, B, Brandenburg Gate, or C, Oystermouth Castle?
Oh. I'm going to say the first one.
Cliffs of Moher, correct. Question number 5.
Yes.
Which of these is a famous Irish river? Is it A, the River Shannon, B, the River Rhine, or C, the River Leck?
The River Shannon.
Correct. Question number 6. Can you name any famous Irish sports star? And I'll give you a hint. This guy fought Floyd Mayweather in a big fight last year, a UFC mixed boxing thing.
Oh, yes. What is his name? I picture his face. It starts with his last name starts with an M, right?
He starts with an M, yeah. I'll give you his first name, Conor.
Yes, Conor McGregor.
Correct. Question number 7. Ireland was once occupied by what country? And it's our neighbours just across the ocean from us.
It was occupied by... Oh, I don't want to sound stupid. Ireland was once occupied by England?
Correct. Question number 8. Which famous alcoholic beer was founded in Ireland?
Oh, which famous alcoholic beer? Oh, I don't know. I'm not good with naming beers.
Okay, we'll move on.
Oh, I don't know.
It was Guinness. Question number 9.
Oh, yes.
Which shrub or plant is the national symbol of Ireland?
One more time. What are plants?
Which shrub or plant is the national is the national symbol of Ireland? It's on our crest.
Oh, this is gonna be such a wrong answer. Is it the 4-leaf clover?
Correct.
Is it really?
Yeah, the shamrock or the four-leaf clover. Question number 10.
Yes.
Can you name any famous Irish actor or musician?
Any Irish actor or musician? Yes. I'm gonna say either Jamie Dornan or Gerard Butler, maybe, or is that totally off?
Gerard Butler is English. I'll give you a sort of hint there. U2 is a famous band all over the world. Maybe you might know.
Yes.
Lead singer.
Oh my God. Bono?
Correct, Bono. Hayley Orrantia, you're a celebrity representing the Goldbergs. You scored 7 out of 10 in our celebrity quiz. How well do you know Ireland? Out of 50 celebrities so far, that puts you in 26th place. Hayley, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure talking to you about the Goldbergs. I'm just going to finish with you with one last final question. Hayley Orrantia, if you were to find the name Erica Goldberg in the dictionary and it said to you, Hayley Orrantia would like to be remembered for her portrayal as Eric Goldberg in the Goldbergs, and there was 2 sentences left blank underneath that dictionary. Not an epithet now, but what would you like those 2 sentences to read?
Maybe, yeah, that's a tough one. Like, she did a great job playing something that was pretty much herself. I don't know. That's a hard one. I've never been asked a question like that.
Okay.
I'll have to think on that one.
Hayley, it's been an absolute pleasure here talking to you on the airwaves here tonight, and I know you're busy shooting another season there of the Goldbergs, and we're really looking forward to see the next what plays out for Erica and her family as the seasons come here in Ireland. We're just a bit behind you at the moment there in the States, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavours, and hopefully we'll see the Goldbergs for many years in our TV screens here.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you calling, and I'm so excited to talk to you. So thanks again.
Cheers. Thank you, Hayley. Bye.